Beech, at the start of a busy festive period for your side on Saturdays, Dagenham Redbridge visit Mill Farm. Is this the perfect opportunity to bounce back from that disappointing defeat to Altrincham last weekend?
Oh yeah, definitely. Every opportunity, an opponent provides different challenge, but there's definitely an opportunity to try and gain a more tangible points tally for that hard work. You did see last week that you could argue a different outcome, but of course the two strikes from their chap, they were good enough to win any game.
Going back to last week, despite the result, a hugely promising performance under the challenging circumstances, that pitch was very difficult for your side. What have you taken from that test into this week's preparation?
Well, you learn from every game, so there's a lot of things in that we know we can do slightly better. So I just mentioned before the two great strikes, but there is opportunity to not foul, that's for sure, and there's definitely opportunity to have some of them areas, them gaps more secure away and from the ball. So yeah, we've talked about that, but the way we played, the amount of chances we had, I mean, Nick, when he's 12 yards out and it double deflects from a knee onto somebody else's knee on the line, it's just how's that not gone in? I do not know. And that would have been a right pivotal part of the game. I think the game was at 1-1 at that point. So what you learn from every situation, the players definitely know the fighting, challenging, competing, really enjoying the honesty with it as well. The pitch personality has been very good, so we just need to continue on them traits, because they'll look after us, because you don't always get what you feel you deserve, but if you continue to believe in that, you will 100% reap reward.
What's the reaction been like on the training pitch this week from the lads?
Really good, a windy one. So it's been very windy, but we've been out in them elements, and if anything, it helps you try and keep that ball on the floor even more, because anything above knee high, it won't go anywhere. So it's been entertaining as well in respect of some of the outcomes of some longer passes. But no, it's been good, and the players, they're excellent bunch, they really are, and I want so much for them, because their efforts and their commitments, they deserve a different sort of aspect in terms of points and points tally, because the judgment of them is currently, halfway in a season, we are bottom of the league, so we have to take responsibility for that on a whole. But recently there's definitely been a surge in improvement of and competitiveness of the team, and what we want now is to try and ensure that can be represented with more regular, obviously, wins.
The festive period sees a number of significant matches in a short period of time. As a manager, how do you cope with the demands of the division?
Well, you don't enjoy your Christmas, that's for sure. So what you do, you concentrate on what is important in anybody's footballing calendar. In the calendar of football, it's the games, and the match day is the most important. So you try and offer some form of award as reward for the lads as well, for them efforts, because their commitments and their sacrifices they make to try and be at their best on match day. They have to make different decisions, possibly to yourself on their Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, in between, family round, the chocolates and the wine that may be about in houses more than often. You got to make sure you make the right sacrificial choice for your performance, and I trust the lads, they trust me, so yeah, I have no doubt they'll make the right decisions to make sure they're at the best on match day.
It's Dagenham tomorrow here at Mill Farm. What sort of test do you expect from Ben Strevens' side?
Well, I've got to say they were excellent. I went down, met the directors, and they all really looked after me. I had a beautiful roast beef dinner, if I'm being honest, before the game. Great people behind the scenes. I have known Ben's experienced manager, and the team on the day, they were far better than us. So they got that positive result at that time. There are, as we all are, as we grow within the season, have different challenges. They're coming to us I have no doubt they'll be confident to try to repeat that sort of performance. But we have to make sure we look after ourselves. So, I respect them, but ultimately we've got to make sure that we're, like I said before, at our best, and we really put on a congruent energy amongst the team, but it's relatable to the fans as well. The fans that will come out in this weather, this storm, or whatever the storm's called, they'll come out and join us and support us, because we need everybody to help us while we help ourselves.
And finally, Beech, you mentioned it there and also off camera, but back here for the first time in almost a month this weekend. It's a really vital part of the season, this. How important is that 12th man aspect of getting a good crowd here at Mill Farm, and also the following away at Rochdale, and really getting behind you and the lads at a tough part of the season?
Well, everybody matters, so whoever that may be, and I personally really appreciate that, and I'm sure the players do. So we've got to make sure, we're very thankful for anybody coming to support us, and we've got to understand that, they all come from different walks of life and for different reasons, but love the football. And the joy of playing as a young man, before there's any finance, agents, professionalisms, I suppose, when you're a little bit younger, that love, we've got to make sure we express that in our game and appreciate our opportunity. And therefore that it can be shared in a more sort of buoyant situation. So I really appreciate their support, home and away. In regards to the Rochdale fixture, whoever goes from AFC Fylde, again, appreciate that. And it'll probably be a little bit difficult to be heard, so it'll be a good challenge for them, because I hear it's a pound in or something like that, and I have been told there's 8,000-9,000 people going to be at that football game. So it'd be a good challenge for them AFC Fylde fans to hear their voices within that. But again, we've got to give them something to be proud of and shout about.